My wife called me reliable. She left me for a visionary. She took $200,000 of our life to fund his dream. 3 years later, his company is a smoldering crater on the tech blog headlines. Mine just sold for $20 million. For 10 years, I was the foundation. A systems architect, a title that paid for our house, her yoga retreats, and every big idea she had. Sasha was the spark. She painted, she blogged, she planned pop-up shops that fizzled. I was her rock. Then she met Derek. He wore scarves indoors and talked about synergy and disrupting the audio space. Suddenly, my reliability was a prison. My careful planning was cowardice. I need to fly, not be an anchor, she said, her eyes already seeing a future I wasn't in. The divorce was surgical. She'd done her homework. She was entitled to half. She wanted our savings, $412,000. Every dollar a product of my salary, and our shared, but mostly my, frugality. She took $200,000 as a bridge. It became the lead investment in Derek's app, Vox Synth. I was too gutted to fight. My own family said, let her go, she needs to find herself. I felt like a discarded appliance. I was left with an empty house and $512.47. The humiliation was a taste in my mouth for weeks. But in that void, a cold fire ignited. I rented a room in a house with strangers. For 3 years, I lived on rice and beans. While Sasha and Derek posted from ideation retreats in Costa Rica, I was in my tiny room, teaching myself about fault-tolerant cloud architecture. I saw the flaw in all the Dereks. They built dazzling castles on digital sand. My boring skill was building bedrock. I started Keystone Systems. My pitch was, your app won't crash. I got one client, a bakery with a glitchy delivery app. I fixed it. They told a friend. Keystone grew, silently, on a reputation for being boringly, unshakably reliable. No hype, just uptime. We crossed $1 million in revenue. This morning, I signed the papers. A major tech conglomerate bought Keystone for $20 million. The news hit the blogs at noon. Out of morbid curiosity, I searched. The headline was perfect. Vox Synth implodes, lavish spending, technical debt sink, audio darling. The article detailed Derek's visionary salary, the custom neon office, the parties. The app itself never worked properly. Sasha's $200,000 was listed as the first major capital to evaporate. Derek had fled to Bali. A follow-up piece mentioned Sasha among the creditors, now working retail and facing debt collection. I felt no triumph, just a quiet, vast closure. The universe had balanced its own books. My phone buzzed. A new number, but I knew. It was Sasha. Jake? Her voice was small, stripped of all its former certainty. I saw the news. About your company? Congratulations. Thank you, I said, my voice calm. A long pause. I could hear her shaky breath. I was wrong. About everything. Derek. It was all a lie. The money. It's all gone. I read that, I said. Another silence. Heavier. This was the moment she likely imagined for months. The moment she'd beg for forgiveness, for a loan, for a chance. I waited. I just wanted to say, I'm sorry, she whispered, and it sounded like the truest thing she'd ever said to me. I know, I replied. Take care of yourself, Sasha. I hung up. I looked out the window of my home office in the mountains, at the quiet, solid trees. My fiancée, Lena, a brilliant woman who loves datasets and my terrible jokes, brought me a coffee. Everything okay? Better than okay, I said, and meant it. The foundation I'd built for myself, stone by unglamorous stone, was finally my home, and it was unshakable.